Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of As Failed on TV Dinner, the show where I endeavor to find the best, the worst, and the downright bizarre when it comes to frozen meals. I am your esteemed host, Chris the Nerd, and I am moved that you are with me today, practically tickled pink, because today is a very special episode. Today, I had to confront my own expectations. You see, when I started this show, I expected most of the stuff that would be put in front of me wouldn't be of the highest caliber or quality. I know that. Like Banquet, whenever that's put in front of me, when it was and when it will be in the future, I know their main ingredients are salt and sadness. I don't have very high expectations for that. Okay, it's less than $2. You get what you get. But when something comes in and it has a higher price point and a face associated with it that would give it that potential seal of quality, well, we have to weigh that expectation, don't we? Because it should be raised somewhat, shouldn't it? Yes, it's a frozen meal, but if the face attached to it is somebody who claims to provide high-quality cuisine, then we must weigh those expectations appropriately. So, imagine my shocked face when I went to the frozen meal section and came across Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay has his own line of frozen meals, and that, to me, was shocking, as he is a man who has consistently, throughout his entire career, practically every show I've ever seen him associated with, he has railed against frozen meals of all kinds. Like, he would go into restaurants, and if he could tell if something came out of the freezer. So the fact that he has his own freezer line, well, rings a little hypocritical. I wonder, Gordon, what on earth are you doing? Well, I mean, I know what you're doing. You're diversifying your portfolio. But from a moral standpoint, what are you doing? One of the reasons why your expectations for most frozen meals should be on the lower end is because of the price point. Like, you know they're crappy because they're like $2-3, right? This costs $6. So if you're going to charge double and you're going to use perhaps, I don't want to say this is shepherd's pie, I don't want to say that this is fancy food, but if you're going to be selling higher quality food and charging doubling the price, it better be fucking incredible. So my expectations, Gordon, are pretty high. And if they're not met, I'm going to be disappointed. And I think the only thing that will sate that disappointment is repayment. Because I can't refund this. So I think a fair trade, if this is crap, just send me a set of hex-clad pans, and I think we'll call it square. But if it's good, I'll let you off the hook. So with that said, let's make shepherd's pie by Chef Ramsay. One of the biggest tests is, does this have any extraneous cooking steps? Cook for 4.5 minutes, let stand for 2. Damn. See, hungry man? This is the kind of instruction we need to be working with. Oh, this is very hot. No. Wow. This is, okay. So, first thing that comes to my vision, outside of the steam, couple of things come to mind. The cheese is, it said it was like a white cheddar cheese, I believe is what it said. That was on top. Or, I mean, I could just look at the thing. No, it just says cheesy mashed. Okay. So there's cheese on it and the cheese is melted, but I'm also seeing, I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick it up, there's a lot of separation from the sauce. Like, the grease in the sauce is kind of separated a little bit. So there's this like oily sheen on the top that worries me, but she sure is a looker. I'm not getting a whole lot of scent off of it. Like, I really don't smell a whole lot, and that is worrisome. Like, I just see the grease and melted cheese, and it kind of looks like slop underneath. Which, my vision of a shepherd's pie is the bottom layer of beef kind of holds together, almost like a sloppy joe, where or at least how I would make it, if you were to pull out, like if you were to take like a spoon and pull it out and pull out a spoonful, it should be like kind of almost hold together. Like there should be some, you know, it should be not one mass, not like a slab, but like it should kind of hold together. So I've pulled aside some of the potatoes and cheese. Like you can't see it on camera, but there's like a real toughness to it. Like here's like one big chunk of beef here. Like it's like a meatball right here. But look at this like saucy slop. It's so light and it just doesn't look good at all. I haven't even taken a bite yet. Well, the main star of the show is going to be this sauce. Let's try the sauce. It's like a saucy, cheesy. I got like one pea on there and like a tiny teen. Oh, I lost it. The pea's gone. Pea down. I had a carrot on here, but I think the carrot disappeared. I really hope the flavor makes up for the presentation. That's like a beef soup. I don't like that. That's not very good. It's really oily and really greasy. The peas are whatever. They're just peas. And the carrots are non-existent. If you didn't tell me they were in here, I wouldn't even know. I got this one chunk of beef. Let's try this big ground beef ball here. It was like one solid meatball, but when you bit into it, it didn't like a good meatball kind of fall apart. It falls apart a little bit and it kind of coats the inside of your mouth. This didn't do that. It just it felt like it was like, I don't know, like almost dusty in a way. So it's like oily and dusty. Let me try some of the potatoes. I tend to be a big fan of frozen mashed potatoes. So hopefully with like the cheese, these are pretty good. The cheese is pretty good. The potatoes are okay. I still wouldn't put them on the level of like the Hungry Man potatoes. I don't think they're as good as those. And I wouldn't even put them on the level of Bob Evans. Certainly not on the level of Bob Evans. Let's try a little bit of everything here. Let's get some beef, get some veg, or like, I still don't see any carrots. I mean, but then again, this sauce is like kind of orange in color. So maybe there's just none of it. So this beef isn't very good, and it's not helped by the, I found a carrot. Holy shit. Let's try, there we go. Now we can finally try a carrot. Pleasantly surprised that the carrot had like a little snap to it. I'm actually impressed. Usually vegetables that are cooked in this kind of a sauce get soggy really fast, and they're not chewy, but like, I don't know, they're like squishy. And that carrot had like some firmness to it. I was actually pleasantly surprised by that. The rest of this though is massively unimpressive. I'm at the point now I'm just kind of mixing everything. Like the best aspects of this dish are just sort of fine, not really impressive at all. Once it's all like mixed into like a pig trough of slop, it's a little bit better. Maybe that's just kind of because of the person I am. Yeah, a lot of it's like really, like this part here is like really tough. Like some of those potatoes just, you know, they didn't like, I don't know the correct word for it, but it's not emulsify. But it's like, it just didn't coalesce properly. I don't even know if that's the word I'm trying to use. Like if you've had mashed potatoes, like you cook mashed potatoes in the microwave, like it's supposed to be sort of creamy, but you know, sometimes you'll get that like little bits that cling to the side that just are a little tougher. That's most of this. Like some of it's just tough, and it's not the cheese. It's just tough microwave mashed potato. I just don't taste a whole lot of spice. I mean, there's salt in there, of course. Like I can taste the salt. But if there is anything else in here, I can't taste it. Let's see. Ow. Did I just give myself a paper cut? Cardboard cut? You fucking getting revenge on me, Gordon? You asshole. You fucking donkey. I mean, I taste the salt, so there it is. There is some pepper in here, And there's garlic, he claims. I cannot taste the garlic at all. I don't know if he just used garlic from like a jar, like minced garlic, or like garlic powder. I taste neither, but that's what I would have done. If I were making a shepherd's pie, that's what I would do with the ground beef. I would probably do salt, pepper, garlic powder, and probably Worcestershire sauce, honestly. I am very surprised at how bad the ground beef is. I'm actually, I was being a little facetious earlier. I did have high expectations for this. I thought, given that Gordon Ramsay was somebody who has so often railed against frozen food, that he would put his best foot forward. And with something almost seemingly as simple as shepherd's pie, I thought this would have been a lot more successful. But I guess them's the breaks. And while I digest how sad all of this is, let's see what's on TV. My name is Max. I'm a ghost hunter, demonologist, and psychic medium. I've been hunting ghosts for a couple months now. I ain't rich and famous yet, so I ain't been invited to any of the premier ghost hunting sites, so I can only go where I have access. And right now, it's just my apartment and my mom's house. But Mama don't really like it when I film over there too much no more, because I keep living fishing line everywhere. Man, they really will let anybody be on TV these days. It's Black Friday every day here because it's completely free to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. So, do the thing. Do the thing and help me in the face of a brutal algorithm. Thank you. You silly man, why haven't you realized that the algorithm doesn't like you because you say the fuck word too much? Here's a big fuck off bite of everything. I've got it all mixed in here. Maybe I just really like mashed potatoes. If you like mashed potatoes, I mean, the potatoes in this are kind of growing on me a little bit. The potatoes aren't bad. It's just this bolognese sauce it doesn't even really taste like bolognese. Like when I think of bolognese, I picture bolognese as being more tomatoey than this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know bolognese, or all the bolognese I've had in my life has been wrong. But most bolognese sauces that I've come across have been on like pastas. They've been on like, penne bolognese, sausage bolognese. This is, I don't know. This does not ring like that. This just feels like ground beef in a salty oil mixed with decent mashed potatoes, good cheese, and okay vegetables. I mean, it's just peas and carrots, but the carrots are actually pretty good. And I say that as somebody who doesn't even really, I don't particularly care for carrots, but the fact that there's like a firmness to them, it adds a nice texture. Yeah, just dry. And it's a shame that so much oil would result in something so dry. So, as it stands now, Gordon, you owe me a set of hex-clad pans, my friend, because you put your hat in the frozen food ring, and you come out looking not as good as your contemporaries, and that's a real shame. I will probably have a difficult time ranking this because, it's not garbage. This is not, if you were to serve this to somebody, they probably would be like, okay. Like I said, it's kind of cold outside. This is warm. It's filling. It's certainly filling, which I appreciate. The thickness of the potatoes, it's nice. But when it comes to what this show endeavors to do, finding the best, worst, and the downright bizarre, I mean, this is just okay, really. It's middle of the pack, and that's where I think it'll fall in the ranking. Anyway, I'm going to go finish this because, as I've said many times, we do not waste in this house. I'm just not going to do it on camera. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching all of it. And if you like what you see, be sure to fulfill the whims of the algorithm with likes, comments, and subscription. Links in the description will take you to my Patreon page, other social medias, books, and webcomic. Support me if you can, love me if you must, and have a great rest of your day.